I'm going to work through some of the problems on the worksheet that you have to do. We are looking to see if polygons are similar, and we're looking for two things: our sides in proportion, and our angles, corresponding angles, congruent. Well, if you look at our first example, every single angle is a right angle, so of course they're congruent. The next thing to consider is, are the sides in proportion? And by proportion I mean, do they have the same ratio? So I'm going to circle two sides that look like they are matching. They look like the shorter side in each rectangle, and I'm going to find the ratio of them. So the ratio of the little rectangle to the big one, the side is 10 to 15, which reduces. 5 goes into both, so that should be a 2 to 3 ratio. Then I'm going to take the longer side in each case. 14 to 21, well, 7 goes into that as well. 7 goes in 2 times to 14, 3 times to 21. So since the ratio of the sides is the same and corresponding angles are congruent, yes, these two triangles are similar. For question number 3, this is, I'm going to first look at the angles. So I'm saying that this little angle is 40 degrees, and what I know is that consecutive angles in a parallelogram, right, these are same side interior angles, so that these have to be supplementary. So what I know is that this angle has got to be 140 degrees, and this angle has got to be 50 degrees. Right away, the angles, the corresponding angles, are not congruent. So these shapes cannot be similar. So you look at two things, the sides and the angles. So for question number 5, well, I notice that I have corresponding angles, congruent, right? These are congruent. So angles are working out okay. But let's look at the sides. So I'm going to set up, let's see, I'm going to look for the sides that are between what I would call like the two loops. So these should be corresponding. I'm going to look at the ratio of those. So the ratio of 8 to 10 reduces to 4 to 5. And now let me look at another pair. I'm going to take, again, the side opposite the 1 slasher to the side opposite the 1 slasher here, 14 to 21. And right away, that reduces to 2 to 3. So since these are corresponding sides, if these trapezoids were similar, and I look at them, I notice that the sides do not have the same ratio, so therefore these two shapes are not similar. On the very same worksheet, on the second side of this, you're told that the polygons are similar. So you're looking for the scale factor. And the scale factor is always the ratio of the sides. So what I'm going to look at here, it certainly looks as though these are similar, and I'm going to take, well, these two look like they are the same corresponding sides. So the ratio of the left to the right is 35 to 14. 7 goes into both, so that gives me a scale factor of 4 to 2. I am just going to check if this other side, this other pair of sides, is in a 5 to 2 ratio. And 8 goes into both. 8 goes into 40 5 times. 8 goes into 16 2 times. So yes, the scale factor is, in fact, 5 to 2, or you can write it 5 to 2. Sometimes it's a little bit hard for number 13. What I'm going to do is link up, well, this is an isosceles triangle in each case. So I'm going to take a pair of the congruent sides. Big to little is 25 to 5, which reduces to 5 to 1. So this is our scale factor. Okay, you should be able to work on the rest of this and figure out a good bit. Again, you're looking to see if polygons are similar. So the sides must be in proportion and the corresponding angles must be congruent.